taking the lead with your tech stack. As a B2B marketer, you're in a much better place to help drive efficiencies and profitability for your company than you might think. In fact, it really is your opportunity to shine. Every piece of software that your company uses makes up your tech stack, but you're likely in a better position than anyone else to investigate and strategize what other tech software could be adopted to improve efficiencies, reduce costs, lower costs, reduce time, and of course, increase profitability. So this week on the show, we'll be looking into taking a detailed look for how you can set about delivering all of those benefits at a time when every single one will be most welcome. Hello, good afternoon. My name is James Rostance, and this is the 414 Live and exclusive to LinkedIn Live this Thursday afternoon here in the UK, and it's morning in Canada, where my guest is today. So, the 414 is for you as a professional B2B marketer, whether you work in-house at a company, or you work for a B2B marketing agency, or indeed, if you're a company executive with a hands-on role in your company's sales and marketing activities. Now, each week, I speak with some of the greatest and most interesting minds in B2B marketing so that you can directly expand and enhance your professional knowledge with each and every episode. And sure enough, that's exactly what we'll be doing today. And of course, the reason for doing this is so that you can ultimately be more awesome in your job and deliver even better results for your company. So welcome along. This is the 414 and new feature at the top of the show. I'm going to redo last week's shout outs and new friends of the show mentions because the software went squiffy and I didn't feel that our new, very valued members got a fair shout out. So with that said, let's do this properly. Joining us and subscribing at the414.net, official friends of the show in this order. We've got Steve Innes, Steve Long, Inez Mitsu, Craig Wood, Rachel Hind-Harris, Rena Rafi Nazir, Mark Brighton, Guy Nicholson, Lucy Davis, Matt Downs, Sarah Kelly, Durayo, and Mr. Glenn Matchett. There we go. I promised you a good shout out live on air, so that's what now hopefully you've got. And if you've not already joined yourself, then please do. The414.net for all subscription options and previous episodes. There we go. Right. Well, with that said and done, let's kick off and get into the order of today, which is talking about technology stacks. And I must admit, I wanted to make sure that I got today right, because when you're speaking with an expert in technology, you want to make sure that your own tech is in order. So hopefully we've got that covered. Now then, joining me live then, all the way from Ontario in Canada, please welcome Kira Tchernikovsky. Kira, good afternoon and good morning for you.
Hi. Hello.
Did I get your surname properly pronounced just then, by the way?
You did really well. I have lived in 3 countries so far, and I've had all the variables of my last name. So you did perfectly well. Thank you.
Nice. You know what? That's me happy for the rest of the show now. I channeled my inner James Bond villain because they're normally saying names of which sound similar to yours. So excellent. Right. I suppose I should ask you some proper questions then about technology, because this is your field of specialism, isn't it? Helping businesses leverage technology, products and software systems to ultimately be more efficient and deliver better results. So with that said, how do you like to describe what is a tech stack?
That's a great question, and I'll give you a very simple answer. What I started saying is a fit-for-purpose technological stack is what most businesses need. I know there is a lot of noise in the universe, in the marketing and sales tools, in CRMs, and in other pieces of technology. And oftentimes, business owners and even CROs of more traditional industries, not necessarily SaaS, they get lost. They get lost in conversations about digital transformation that they might not really need. So I'm saying fit for purpose software.
Very specific on that. You know what you remind me of there is the book by Seth Godin, where he talks about how marketers have a tendency to pile on the latest new shiny object. I think he refers to it as a meatball sundae. That's it. So you're, I guess, of a similar line of thinking there. And by specifying fit for purpose, you're basically advising people against not having the latest thing, just for the sake of having it. Have I got that right?
Absolutely. And you are absolutely right about the marketing people, because throughout last year, as the pandemic hit, I myself had to learn a lot of tools, because I discovered great communities online across the ocean, and people are doing different things. And then I had to learn about tons of tools at the intersection of marketing and sales and business stack. And you cannot know all of that. I'm very lucky. I love talking to people. So I prefer calling someone and asking what they use and whether they can help me compare that technology. But it's quite overwhelming, especially for people who just need to run business. You're absolutely right.
I can imagine that there's people watching right now that will just be nodding away to that, going, "Yeah, yes, I know what you mean. I'm with you on that one." In fact, if you're watching right now, please do give us what would be an appropriate emoji for that on LinkedIn. Let's go with green clappy hand symbol. I like that one. So yes, if that was resonating with you, hit up the green clappy hand thing. Good afternoon to Kaushik, regular friend of the show. He's watching. He says hello to you, Kira, all the way from here in the UK.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. But he says we cannot hear her. Sorry. Is Kaushik playing a terrible joke on me, or is that actually true? So, Kaushik, it's over to you. Let me know if you can actually hear her, or if Kira really is quiet. Then,
Hello. Hello.
Right, I'm just waiting. There's a bit of a delay, you see, on the video going out. So where me and you are live right now, I think it's about a 60-second delay before it actually goes to air and viewers and listeners see it. So whilst that's going along there, I'll see. Hopefully, we'll get a thumbs up. Well, on the assumption that it does, I was going to ask next. So no, here we go. What are the real world tangible benefits? That's it. What are the real world tangible benefits of having the right stack, and who does it actually impact?
Yeah, I think that 3 is a magic number. So I'm always given 3 reasons, 3 ideas, 3 benefits. So the first one, and I think the most important, is the right technology is the mind saver. I've been chatting with a few of the COOs, CROs, Chief Revenue Officers, or just business owners who have been put on the front line and saying, you go figure it out. Everything from marketing to sales to technology. And that's quite overwhelming. So working with the right tech stack, working with the right people, working with the right processes that, again, are a fit for your specific organization is a mind saver, which is a route to success. First, mind saver. Second one, money saver, of course. If you choose the right stack and you implement it thoroughly and thoughtfully, you will not have multiple back and forth, and you will not have to redo something that has been constructed wrong. Number 2, money savings. And the third one, the obvious one, is productivity. So we know over the COVID, a lot of businesses lost their best people. They had to lay them off. So technology should be used for that advantage, to offload the routine tasks, automate them, and put your best people on more strategic tasks. Number 3, benefit number 3 is productivity. So we have peace of mind, savings of your budget, and high productivity.
So mind, I was writing this down as we're going along. So mind, money, and productivity are the three core reasons for doing this. Good. I always like to make sure that we're definitely on the same page, and I also like to make sure that everyone watching and listening is also completely with us. So it was cool to get that sorted. And I'm getting a live update now, and Kaushik says yes, he can hear you. There we go. All right. We're back in the game. So why do you think then that marketers are arguably in a better position than most to take the lead on recommending and then implementing technologies for the business as a whole to adopt and implement?
Yeah, sure. I'm so happy you caught that from our previous conversation. So I think and I see that marketing people are uniquely positioned in each and every organization because people don't understand what marketing does. So we have to educate everyone on the power of marketing. And therefore, we need to talk to everyone. In my career, I have been speaking to anyone from an IT person to the CEO. So we have this unique positioning that we have access to everyone in the organization. And it doesn't matter whether we work with them every day or not. So why don't we turn that position into the organizational advantage? Let's learn about what those people do, how marketing can help them, but also how then they can help marketing connect the dots. Marketers are also learning all the time about competition, about the product that the company produces, about, again, technological stack, about new developments in sales or operations or whatever it can be, about the market and the impact of COVID. We are lifelong learners and we are in the center of the organization. So collect information that you can collect, learn about the environment more, and start connecting the dots. It's hard. It's extremely hard, but with the experience and with the persistence comes the effect. People are starting to come to you, the marketing person, to get advice. And even if you cannot give them the answer, you can ask your smart questions and people will find those answers themselves. But you, as a marketer, will be known as the dots connector. And that's what I evangelize. And that's what we do in a couple of marketing communities I am part of. We are trying to understand the financial people better, the IT people better, the sales. We talk their language, and that's on us. That's our initiative to turn our positioning in the center of the universe into the advantage of the whole company.
Nice. So a dot connector then, and I imagine if you do enough dot connecting in your organization, that will then eventually progress you to being an outright legend in success terms. So tell me, with regard to adding to your tech stack and building on it along the way, what are the common mistakes that people make in adding to their tech stack? And with that, what are the things that people should be careful to avoid doing? I think that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I see that every day. First, starting with technology to solve the problem. That's not the right way. Don't buy technology thinking it will solve your problems. It will not. You need to have first the vision, what you want to be with your organization or in your specific position with regards to your organization. Then build the strategy how to get there. What is that you need to do throughout the first week, the first month, 90 days, and then only then comes the tactics, meaning choosing the tools and implementing them. Do not start buying software hoping it will resolve your problems. First, design the strategy. Know where you need to arrive. Like Alice in Wonderland. If you're going nowhere, you will arrive nowhere. But if you know where you're going, you'll arrive exactly there.
Right, yes. So basically, you're advocating then not going on a random shopping mission straight away and signing up to anything and everything. Right. Strategy first and then shopping later. I think that's what I got from that, right?
Absolutely, yeah, because technology, remember, it's just a tool. It's just a tool, and tools are emerging all the time. I've seen these statistics that there are 8,000 marketing tools that you can use. Like, come on. First, figure out what you need, where you need to arrive, then choose from 8,000.
Sure, that shouldn't take too long at all. My goodness, that's a lot of weekends to onboard. Yeah, and that's a point. Yeah, that's a point very well made. Thank you. Right, I will put it out to viewers and listeners right now. If you have a specific question about tech stacks, or even if you've got something which you'd like to ask Kira about and her input on something in particular, then please do put that in the comment section right there. I've actually got one for you, Kira. In fact, you know what? Let me ask it now, if I may. I'm personally curious about chatbots. I get them, and I'm torn really between, are they actually of use, or are they indeed a bit of a gimmick? I'm wondering, first of all, what are your thoughts on that?
That's an awesome question. My thoughts are very positive on that.
Really?
So, without being promotional here, definitely Drift chatbot, conversational marketing, ramps up conversion rates amazingly. And I know people who tried that and tested conversion bots, and that worked perfectly well. Another discovery that people shared with me was, hey, there is the traditional way of testing landing pages where you can design different landing pages, different messages, and then maybe you can take the chatbot and do just one landing page, but the chatbot will work instead of the landing page, converting your visitors. And because that's an interactive conversation, people say that works significantly better than just traditional landing pages, A/B testing, ABC testing, call it whatever you want. So I think it's very, very positive, and there are players in the market, category leaders, that are pretty well used on the marketing side. But there are other bots. There are other bots who I talk about them as people that have been designed to increase productivity, right? Those chatbots that you can install in the Microsoft Teams, for example, and they will save your, let's say, HR people tons of time, because they will give people the answers, how many extra days they have left in their vacation schedule or whatever it is. So you can definitely offload routine tasks, routine questions with the help of productivity focused chatbots for your organization. So overall, positive, but definitely, again, you need to decide why you are using that stuff and then which one to use.
Nice qualification at the end there. Okay, qualifying it with, you've got to know why you're using it. Okay, so chatbots from your side of things is a definite thumbs up there. Good. Okay.
Yep.
You know what? That is something I'm going to investigate because, well, you've just given it the big thumbs up. So, you know, it's one thing having great advice. It's one thing having great advice. It's another having the sense to act upon it. So, heck, why not? Got nothing to lose there. All right. So, how do you measure success, and what does success look like when you're setting about really adding to your tech stack and developing it further?
Yeah, that's great. So I'll give again 3 bullets that I think are easy to measure. So number 1, I would say, is the actual usage of those tools. How often does it happen that a company implements a CRM system, but no one uses that? And then what people say, this system is not good. We'll need to spend another $1 million or whatever it is and switch to a different company. And so if people are not using what has been designed, there should be a reason for that. Either that is poor training, or again, you bought software without knowing what it needs to accomplish for your company, or this might be the wrong people designed the implementation, not asking the users of the software how they need to be using that. Maybe the IT department implemented something that a marketing person cannot use because they just don't talk the same language. So usage would be the first criteria of success. Otherwise, what have we done? We wasted money and time and resources, right? The other point would be definitely conversion rates on each step of the funnel, from the first hello that the prospect tells us online to turning them into the paying customer, and then through servicing them and optimizing their lifetime value. How much they spend with us, whether they are buying additional products with us, whether they are loyal and happy with the service and products they're getting. So conversion rates will grow if technology is implemented well and is fully aligned with the sales, service, operational processes. So conversion rates should be growing. And the last bullet, the last point that I will mention here would be definitely revenue growth, because, well, what would we be without revenue growth? We need to pay salaries, we need to develop our products to serve our customers and the world better, make it a better place. So as conversion rates grow, the revenues should be growing as well. And not only from new customers, new sales, also from optimizing, as I said, the lifetime value of your existing customer base. And maybe bringing back some of the lost customers. And good software can alert you on the opportunities like that.
Ooh, you know what? In that case, you've just led me on to beautifully my next question, which I was going to ask anyway. And that is, what are your personal favorite pieces of tech to add to various companies' tech stacks?
Oh, mine is simple. The fewer, the better. So I would name definitely the CRM, customer relationship software, or just a repository of customer data. But there are those democratic solutions these days that are just, drag and drop and do it yourself kind of things, that it's a shame to work off Excels when you can use technology and that will actually act as your personal assistant and help you sell more. So CRM definitely. Then I would say good email marketing stack. And there is a variety of those, including very personalized mail software, which boosts your response rates. So email would be the next cluster, I would say. Then, I don't know whether a good website with a chatbot can be considered a piece of tech. I consider that a piece of tech. Depends how you develop that website, but website should become the hub of all your traffic. And it's very difficult to design a good, informative, and converting website. Then not the last one, but an important one would be the analytical stack. Let it be Google Analytics. Let it be Adobe. Something basic, but you have to know your business inside out, especially if you're hunting for new traffic and for new customers. You need to be able to see your business transparently. So analytical solutions, those might be free or those might be part of your CRM. And those can be seen via dashboards or just pulling Excel reports. Analytics is key. You will not know your money. You will not know where the money is coming from and where it's going to without analytics. And the last one, mostly on the marketing side, would be some retargeting tools. So it can be done through Google or through LinkedIn or through separate software or providers who can help you with retargeting. And retargeting basically means that people who showed interest in some way but didn't convert, we will engage with them in some additional way. Whether when they have been on our website and they're searching something related on Google, we will pop up our ad, or the same way some display ads can be shown if they're surfing somewhere and we recognize them. So to sum up, I know it was a mouthful: CRM, email, website, analytics, retargeting.
Boom, all four there. I do have a question about analytics. That's a funny one. And, yes, you need to be doing it. What would be your favorite, software for doing that? You mentioned Adobe briefly there, but yeah, what would be your go-to choice for taking care of that?
Well, you will not like my answer. I would love to go to a data person. So I would love to actually sit on a weekly or a monthly basis with a person who has collected all the reports from different dashboards. If we don't have one, and I will get to that a second later, so that we just don't bump information onto our people, marketing people, sales people, operational people. I don't find that working. We need to sit with the person who understands the data and can explain what this data actually means. So I know a CRO who comes to data people and tells them, like, hey, tell me something I don't know. I see the numbers all the time, but I need to understand what this data means for the business. So I choose people, but what I do, but what I do is for marketing purposes, like it doesn't really matter. Google Analytics is good enough for me. And for my company, I use Zoho, and that's not only CRM, that's all the applications that you might ever need for your business. And so you can pull dashboards on literally anything. And that's what I like. It can be flexible, and you can get what you need on the click of a button. So I wasn't as specific as I was with other answers, but I hope you get where I'm going.
I do, and you know what? Actually, that is my favorite answer because I can well appreciate that there will be people who absolutely love looking at charts and data, and really that is their thing. Whereas I can also imagine that for most people, myself included, I couldn't think of really anything I would prefer to. Hang on. I don't like going through data like that and having to compare, one to the other. And I dare say I'm probably not alone in that. So what you're suggesting there is a brilliant solution for that. So marketers everywhere, you don't have to be spending your time analyzing data and trawling through spreadsheets, because there are, as you said it right there, there are people who love doing that and will be able to do, this is, I guess, the main point that I got from you there, they will do a better job of it. That's the right way to be looking at it. Right, okay.
And that will be actionable. That's the main thing, right?
Yes, and then as a marketer, then you can then spend your time doing what you do actually best, but having had this, did you say weekly or monthly call? How often should this call with your data expert be?
It really depends on the objective. If we are doing, let's say, account-based marketing, where marketing and sales have the same goals and they're aggressive and that's quite a volume, then it's probably weekly, just going through the whole pipeline and looking at all the reports together. But if this is, mostly like branding related and vague stuff, it can be even monthly or quarterly.
Got it.
Depends on your, on the urgency and your specific goals and volumes.
How long would this call be then with your data experts? So let's go with the weekly option. I can definitely see how that would be certainly of use if you're super focused on conversions and also sales initiated online. So how long would you expect such a call to be on a weekly basis?
There is no rule of thumb, I would say, but I would say like block an hour. At least in the beginning, as you only start that. And also I would look at how many people are in the room, because probably different people have different depth of knowledge, and you will need to fine tune that collaboration as you go. I would start weekly from 1 hour but define the objectives so that the data person comes prepared and shows you what the team needs to see. And the other way around, the team knows what to expect for and which questions to ask, so that again, it is effective. And everybody knows you have 1 hour and we need to be effective.
Right. Yes. I've certainly come across that before, which I think is a great one. Limiting the how long meetings are, because it keeps you focused, and it means that you're not stuck in you're not stuck in the meeting for 2 or 3 hours when it could be done in 1. That is really nice. Okay, well, I'm really happy with that. I think that really is the core takeaway for me personally. But I guess I should ask you at this point then. Out of all of this, what would be your guidance and recommendation for people to move forward to have an actionable insight to go ahead and improve their company today? There we go.
That's a tough one. So, you know what?
Where should they start?
I would say, I would say this. I know that all this digital transformation or technology, it can be extremely frightening, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't need to be. Just know that there are tools and solutions that have been designed for your types of companies. They are in the market. And on the other hand, there are experts that can help you identify the right solutions and maybe even guide you through that process from vision to strategy to tactics. Don't be afraid of innovating, and don't be afraid of asking for help with that. That's what I would say.
That's a nice approach to life in general, but in particular for B2B marketing tech stacks. Nice. Well, in that case, what ultimately would you like the viewers and listeners to have as a takeaway from today?
I would say, you know what? Be strategic and take a stab on this, be it data or software, or just sitting at the table with decision makers. Stop for a second and think what you want to be, what you want to make with your marketing, technological, experiential, research potential. Define what you want to be, then you'll know how you get there. And maybe technology will be one of the ways to support you there.
Beautifully concise, but on the money as well, right? And whilst we're on the before I wrap things up, how can people get in contact with you? I think if they should require help with things.
Yeah, it's quite easy. You can find me on LinkedIn, definitely. You just need to copy paste my first and last name. I think I'm the only one on LinkedIn with such a sophisticated last name. And I'm quite active on LinkedIn. I respond to messages. And you will also be able to get to my company website through my LinkedIn profile. So feel free to go there. Feel free to connect and ask me questions. I love helping people.
I can tell, yes, 100%. And in fact, this is why I thought it would be really good to have you on the show today, because you do seem to be quite focused on tech and tech stacks. Well, by the way, I had your name on screen there whilst you were saying that, so that's we can see the spelling. Right. Anyway, Kira, thank you ever so much for joining us this morning, your time, because you're in Canada, but this evening for us here in the tea drinking UK. So, Kira, for live from Ontario in Canada, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you, James, for having me, and have a great night.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, if you've enjoyed watching, then please do, if you're not already, web address on screen, subscribe to the show, the414.net for all previous subscription options. Thank you very much, Kaushik. You're a star. All previous subscription options, and for you to watch all previous episodes. This was, I think it was episode 70 today. We're getting closer to that 100 figure. So yes, 414.net for all subscription options and all awesome stuff to do with B2B marketing. So if you're up for it, join us here same time next week when I'll be speaking once again with some of the greatest and most interesting minds in B2B marketing.